Did the sound check work out good?
Yep, we're good.
Okay, good. Hi, I'm Tom Russell with Home News Now, and I'm here with Jim O'Keefe, Vice President of Sales, and Don Lemaire, Customer Service Manager at Howard Miller and Hekman Furniture. Thank you both so much for having me here today. It's great to finally get out to Western Michigan, a beautiful state, and a great companies too. So
Well, Tom, we welcome you to Zeeland, Michigan, and we're happy to host your visit and help you learn a bit about our business.
thank you so much, and I've learned a lot so far today. It's been an eye opener, and we look forward to some more tomorrow during the plant tour.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons that we like to do these tours is because we like to tell the story of domestic manufacturing. And this is a company here that has a history of both companies actually of domestic manufacturing that dates back um, close to 100 years or even over 100 years in the case of Heckman. So Howard Miller started in 1926. So we're coming up on 100 years, and but you're still running strong as a domestic manufacturer. Why do you think that is?
You know, it really is attributed to our people. I mean, we've got a great team. There's a tremendous amount of experience and longevity in our workforce. We've seen these waves of folks that have kind of come in similar times in our past, and now a lot of people are retiring, and so they're moving on to the next phase of their lives, and newer folks are coming in and kind of reinvigorating the company with energy. But it's kind of started with just high quality product manufactured here in Michigan. Um, and has just continued on as we've adapted to new market conditions, brick and mortar retail as well as e-commerce. Um, and then really that's the kind of the core of our strength, I think.
And you've got a diverse product mix, one that's certainly grown more diverse in recent years. At one time, earlier in the company's history, I think there were hundreds of clocks, grandfather clocks, that would run down the line in a single day and go out the door. I think that's changed a little bit today, maybe a little less heavy on the clock side, but some more on the custom consoles, the display cabinets, the bar cabinets, things of that nature. Certainly desks and home office pieces on the Heckman side of the business, which is a fairly more recent evolution for the plant, seeing that there's and it seems like it's all about using the capabilities, the strengths of this company's manufacturing abilities, custom finishing, custom pieces. And I mean, how has that worked to the benefit of the company by having this diverse line? Has it expanded your customer base, would you say?
Absolutely. I mean, as you mentioned, our assortment has adapted over the years, and as people move away from, you saw it on the line out there, we still manufacture and sell a lot of high quality, expensive heirloom mechanical floor clocks, but nowhere near as many as we used to sell. And so our assortment has transitioned to be attractive to more current buyers. You see it right behind you in that tripod clock right there. That's one of our best sellers. We have that in a lot of different flavors, styles, colors, and you'll see that throughout our line as we try to adapt. That's a clock that's manufactured overseas. We bring it here and distribute it out of Zeeland here. You'll see that in the warehouse in the back. We've got loads and loads of inventory that we're ready to ship. But we find the blend between the high quality manufacturing that we have here, the control that we have over that process, the Again, the experience that we've got, the repetition, just the hundreds and hundreds and thousands of pieces and
Mm-hmm.
hours that have been spent. You can't replicate that
Mm-hmm.
just anywhere. You have to have an established factory that you own with a team of people that are committed to sort of what the strength of Michigan. You hear that pure Michigan
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
advertising campaign. I mean, it's real. The strength in terms of the pool of people that you can draw on and manufacture right here is really unheralded. It We also in that process we pick up new design, new abilities to provide levels of intricacy and detail in our
Mm-hmm.
products that maybe are a little tougher to replicate for a value
Mm-hmm.
here in Michigan. It's an
Mm-hmm.
expensive place to produce.
Sure.
Other places aren't as expensive. But what we gain here in Michigan is the ability to build in tons and tons of options. We have these
Mm-hmm.
custom consoles you mentioned, cabinets, wine and bar. We've got these customizable products with lots of options,
Mm-hmm.
um, with a few weeks lead time,
Yeah.
which is the key piece to have it be able to be produced and ship within a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's what you get with Michigan manufacturing versus overseas,
Mm-hmm.
and High Point, North Carolina, for that matter. We've got an
Yeah.
upholstery factory
Yeah.
out there in your backyard.
Yeah.
You,
Woodmark.
Yep.
Woodmark,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
That's going to be part two.
Yeah, we'll get you out
Of
there.
our domestic store. Yeah, I
Absolutely,
could practically walk.
we'll
Well,
get
it's
you out
close.
there. Yeah,
It's just a short drive for me.
we
Yeah.
um we have loads and loads of dining chairs,
Mm-hmm.
60 plus dining chairs, almost 40 stools that are all customizable with multiple finishes and a
Mm-hmm.
couple hundred fabric choices.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we we manufacture chairs overseas,
Mm-hmm.
with far fewer options, much longer lead times.
Mm-hmm.
But when we have a customer that wants just the perfect set of choices, fabric and finish, or here with the various hardware choices and other things that we get with our case goods.
Mm-hmm.
So that blend it just gives us the ability to meet a lot of different customers based on their own home decor.
Mm-hmm.
It also gives us the ability to meet different market challenges,
Mm-hmm.
like if there was ever a pandemic that shut down the country, if that ever
Yeah, yeah.
possibly
Go figure. I
happened.
mean, God help us.
It put us in a position where we had, shutdowns in various countries in Asia
Yeah.
that was different than the conditions here in Michigan and
Yeah.
different than North Carolina. That gave us a little bit of flexibility to just keep shipping and
Mm-hmm.
keep the mothership um, afloat.
How big did demand get during the pandemic for you folks? And
It was
It was
pretty.
crazy.
It was
yeah,
crazy.
for
I
Yeah.
mean,
domestic
we
perspective.
were like, I mean, it was probably the when Michigan was issued the stay home, stay safe order,
Mm-hmm.
was probably the proudest day I've had in this company.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn and the leaders of this team were out there on the floor figuring out exactly who we needed
Mm-hmm.
and what we needed to survive during a really
Yeah.
uncertain time.
Challenging for
Packing up
sure.
Sure.
desktop computers,
Mhm.
complaining that we didn't have enough laptops, getting our voice over IP phone system
Yeah.
transition. So all of that, but it led us to this dark period where we were really uncertain where things would go, and then we sell to all channels. So we're as I mentioned, we sell into the premium incentive and the funeral industry,
Mm-hmm.
contract, retail brick
Mm-hmm.
and mortar, and retail e-commerce. Well, some of those channels did better than others.
Mm-hmm.
We And initially, as brick and mortar went dark because people had to stay home, e-commerce lifted.
Sure.
And then after Memorial Day, boy, brick and mortar roared back. And so
Yes.
we were just, I said to the board, we're just riding this wave and shipping as much as we can.
Mm-hmm.
We were positioned as a private company. We were able to layer in inventory that was far greater than a public company
Yes.
probably would have been able to
Yeah.
with shareholder meetings
Mm-hmm.
and quarterly earnings statements and that kind of thing that they'd have to balance. So we had inventory, and
Yeah.
we were, but it was crazy.
We gained a lot of efficiencies too.
Mm-hmm.
We just had to get smarter, work harder with less. We
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot of workarounds, and we made a lot of improvements
Mm-hmm.
despite. So it was somewhat a blessing in disguise for us, to a certain degree. So
We really did learn how to operate in a more flexible way,
Mm-hmm.
so that we could make sure that we had Wi-Fi and we had laptops and we had phones that you could answer anywhere, so that if you were sent home and couldn't come back, Dawn could still have a call center that's
Mm-hmm.
answering customer calls.
And let me ask you, Don,
Mhm.
during this period, you have, I think you said earlier, it was about a team of about 19,
19 of us.
customer
Yep.
service professionals.
Yep.
What was this period like for you folks? In other words, did you see a lot of renewed interest in the companies based on the domestic capabilities? What was it that you experienced at that particular time?
Well, we took the 19 of us and we scaled it down to 8.
Oh,
So we would have one gal kind of from each team per
yes.
se.
Uh-huh.
But we got a lot of calls, people that wanted stuff made in the USA,
Yeah.
believe it or not. And a lot of people were home, so they also had time to do those honey-do lists that they hadn't
Yeah.
had time to do before. And I'm going to fix my clock that I haven't fixed for years.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, certain things weren't mandatory, but like Jim said, we dealt in the funeral business too.
Yeah.
You know, and so we dealt with that side of.
And those don't wait for
Yeah.
No.
a delayed shipment. You need
No.
it to be on time and
Yeah.
quick to
Yeah.
turn that around.
So did a lot of these folks know that Howard Miller had a strong domestic footprint, or was it something you think they were discovering? I mean, or did just
I would say we have so much more of that story to tell. I mean, that's why we're thrilled you're here,
Oh,
is to
good.
help us.
Yes.
I mean, aside from your personal charm.
Well, thank God. Thank you.
But I mean, we have so much here. When you walk through the factory and you
Mhm.
see people, the level of quality that's at Benchmade product that's beautifully detailed. I mean, right here, that is a story that we need to tell more effectively.
People that have been here for 30 and 40 years.
Yes.
And
So-
that is through the help of folks like yourself. It's going to be told much more effectively on our website as we
Sure.
get some videos posted. We got some, but
Yeah.
they're ready for a refresh, and I
Yeah.
think there's loads of opportunity. Our marketing department, who you met, have loads of ideas, and they're itching to have the time to be able to get those resources posted onto our site.
And how can retailers kind of help in this process? Is there a way to kind of merchandise this or tell the story on the sales floor that you're working with your sales team and theirs together?
Absolutely. I mean, we emphasize through our marketing materials and our trainings in store, so that the RSAs that are on the retail floors understand what it means when we have the American flag on that product, when we list the options that are available, when we have all the various marketing tools where we show all the different finishes and hardware options, the POP boards, all of that stuff is how we equip the retailer to help us tell the story to the customer.
And are they looking? Do you think they're looking for that help? Are they eager?
Absolutely.
To do
Yeah,
that?
I mean, when we launch new features, for example, we just added some visualization tools to our website. We've got some great tools that we were already using for our dining chairs and stool program, where you could render a chair or stool in multiple fabrics, contrasting welt, nail head, different finish legs, all of those. We added that to our custom console business, and so we've got a few of our frames that are renderable, and loads more coming. It's an ongoing project where any product that's customizable in our line will very soon be able to be visualized, which is a huge tool for the consumer,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore a huge tool for the retail brick and mortar dealer to help either through their phone or some other, you know, vehicle, whether it be a screen, a computer, a laptop, a lot of phones. I mean, obviously
Sure,
that's what people
sure.
use,
Yeah.
and we've got a site that works that's fully adaptive. So no matter what screen you're using, laptop, tablet, phone, it works, and it's very popular.
You know, one of the things too, I think about the American-made story that's powerful is it's not only putting people, you know, to work in a company that has obviously a lot of history doing what they do, but it's an opportunity to kind of get a new generation, you know, of employees into the fold. How challenging has it been to get workers? You know, we know it's been
Not a challenge at all time. I mean, people just
well, we're done
come
here.
in
Thank you.
droves. It just, we got a line. Did you see the line outside
Yes.
trying to get in?
Yes.
They-
Yeah.
It's
How long have you got?
ongoing. It's ongoing. I mean, that is. Dawn and I meet a few times a week, and one of our meetings is mostly about her challenges and just keeping that. And it's not that we don't have a revolving door. We've got opportunities here, and we've got people that are retiring, and that poses a challenge because we want quality people to be in this place. And there's I mean, the unemployment rate is at historic lows, and it's been hard for the last probably 3 years to find quality people to come here and stay here. But I think, you know, knock on wood, we've had a lot of success in finding some great people. And honestly, I still feel like I'm relatively new. I've been here 5.5 years. I was a customer. I came on a tour. I was impressed with the quality of the manufacturing and the team, and 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 I took the job and moved my family up here. One of the things that really attracted me to Howard Miller was the loyalty that the company and the family, the Miller family, have to this to the team, to the staff. It's a loyalty's a two-way street, and you got people that I met countless people that have had 15, 20, 30 years experience. That's very common here. Fewer as people those folks retire.
Sure.
But that to me spoke volumes about the quality of the work here, and the loyalty that the family has to the people that work.
Yeah, it sounds like it sends a strong message.
And even
all
some
around.
Some of the younger employees that I've recently hired, they're just thrilled to get to a place where they're like, this is something I do want to call home. I don't want to be jumping from place to place, and I can see myself doing that here. So we take pride in that for ourselves. Like Jim said, what we're kind of selling and what we have to offer for associates. But getting some of these younger minds in here too, they have that really the computer skills and the knowledge and the e-commerce business. That's very beneficial for us as well.
I mean, it's so as we're working on trying to appeal to designers more effectively. We've got a lot of products with a lot of style, and we want to showcase that. We do business with plenty of designers already. We feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg, and so we feel like those visualization tools, the social media, the posts that we've got that provide some of that, you know, to help people understand that this isn't your grandmother's Hekman and Howard Miller.
No.
This is we have a new look, and I don't think we really have. I think over the last 15 years or so, and especially the last 5 or 6, and that's not me. And that's not because I was here. That was because we really started to figure out, I think, what this style was that we're going after to appeal to that customer. And you know, Neil McKenzie's done a phenomenal job on the Hekman side, identifying some. Really, he just keeps finding hit after hit in terms of collections that he's introduced.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly both companies with a really rich tradition and legacy, but certainly that have evolved and brought us to where we are here today. So again, I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak with both of you. Um, Jim O'Keefe, VP of Sales, Don Lemaire, Customer Service Manager. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with me and Home News Now and our readers. You've been watching Home News Now here live at Howard Miller and Hekman. Thanks for watching. I think we
Thank
All right.
you.
I think we said it all.
I think we nailed it.
I think that was like the first take